Hello again and welcome to the box seat, previewing racing out of Ascot on Wednesday the 18th of November. Now the track did get to as much as a heavy 9 on the weekend and there was a lot of rain around, so it is tough to predict what we're going to get on Wednesday, but I'm going to guess with a soft 5 at least probably for the weekend, for the racing on Wednesday. The rail's at 16 metres, there is an important cutaway rail in as well. Let's roll straight into race number 1, expecting around 25 degrees and partly cloudy conditions for race 1. That's the budget car and truck rental maiden over 1500 metres. This is the last start effort in second place of Said No One Ever.
To homeward bound, Notorious One. McGruddy had the Shillelagh in the left hand, loomed up, got about a neck in front of Deception Game. Then came on the outside, travelling to third, Said No One Ever. Heaven's Gift back behind them with Jag the Joker, but Notorious One shook off Said No One Ever, and he's got his real game face on today, that's for sure. Notorious One.
Well, that was a super effort there, considering that Said No One Ever was a maiden in a 60 plus. The horse that he ran second to is highly talented as well. He chased particularly hard. He comes back into a maiden here. How can he not go on top, really? Not quite sure what to expect in terms of a price, but I think he's clearly the one to beat here. Number 1, Said No One Ever. Danny Morton flying, Chris Parnham, fresh off a treble from the weekend. He's the way I'm going in the opener. It's number 1 for me. Number 2, 49er. Felicity Forbes Ives has a very small team. In fact, I think she only has 2 or 3 horses, but this one looks to have a stack of ability. A 5-year-old would only start number 3, so I'm sure there's a story behind it, but I think this horse has got a stack of natural talent. Number 7, Special Picture, who went very close to knocking off Temptation down at York. That should hold up as a good form reference, regardless of how slow they went around. Number 6, Doo-Wah Diddy, who draws an awful gate, but with the cutaway in play, maybe Mitchell Pateman can get some luck as they fan for home. My numbers in race 1, 1, 2, 7 and 6. Race number 2 at Ascot is the Ascend Sales Trophies Handicap. This is for 3-year-olds. It's over 1400 metres. You really need to go back 7 days and watch the last Wednesday win of No Surrender.
Really couldn't let down with them, but now here comes Iron Sharp letting loose. Iron Sharp ranges up to No Surrender. Down the outside from the back of the field is Go Bella, getting held up life for life, getting around heels. No Surrender's fighting tooth and nail from Iron Sharp, who can't get past it. No Surrender digging in hard, and No Surrender held Iron Sharp in the run to the line.
Well, Darren McAuliffe's just been blessed with these wet tracks at the moment, because this universal ruler gelding is an absolute mudlark. A winner 2 starts ago, Melbourne Cup Day, on a soft 7. Got a soft 6 last Wednesday. He's probably going to get a soft 6 or a soft 5 again this Wednesday. So I see no reason why he can't make it 3 wins in 3 weeks. And again, I think Mitchell Pateman will find the top here, and he should be proving very hard to run down. Number 1 for me to lead all the way and make it a winning hat-trick, No Surrender. From 5, Town Hall, who was a good winner on Melbourne Cup Day. I think this horse has a little bit of upside and might have even snuck under the radar of Brad Parnham. Number 8, Jedi Mind, missed away on debut from gate 1. Never a winning chance from there. I do think he's got some ability. Number 6, Next Best, and that's Trade 'em In. Punters knew a lot more than me first up on debut. This horse was 21 into 6 and never looked like getting beaten. Numbers in race number 2, 1, 5, 8 and 6. Race number 3 at Ascot is the Tab Touch Masters Handicap. Can't wait for the Masters starting this weekend with the Kieran Railway Stakes. But the replay we're going to go back and watch is Angelic Miss running second to Salaya.
Back in the field is Angelic Miss as heads are turned for home. Mystic Love ranged up, got a nose in front from Eye of the Day. Look at Salaya cutting loose, however. It's Salaya bounding up, sprinting to the lead. 150 to go. Down the outside, Angelic Miss is rattling home, but it's all Salaya. Salaya's going to walk in. Salaya by 2 lengths on the fast, finishing Angelic Miss Excerpt.
Well, hasn't Salaya made that form look good now? Ran 4th in the back-to-back features, the Burgess Queen at 1400, the Champion Fillies at a mile, and Salaya probably backs up this weekend into the Guineas. So I think for Angelic Miss, who comes from a 60-plus graduation, back into a Class 1, senior rider Chris Parnham on, ticks all the boxes. Don't think she's going to be any flash price, but she probably is the standout on the card on Wednesday at Ascot. Number 4 for me, Angelic Miss. From 1, Indominus. Can't wait to see this horse back. Draws the inside gate, trialled really well, cut away in play. It looks the logical danger and does have a stack of ability. Number 8, Playing Red. Shocking last Wednesday, but the senior rider on and the blinkers on. 2 massive ticks for her. Number 3 next best, and that's JAKESTAR, sure to roll them along out in front. My numbers in race number 3, 4, 1, 8 and 3. Race number 4 at Ascot, the Glenroy Chaff handicap at 1200 metres. We have to go back 3 starts ago to watch the maiden win of Precautionary.
Clear Captain Burglar type 1, followed further back behind them, You Do You. Now off we goes, worked its way into the clear. Chicklet starts to run on, but Precautionary's off and gone at the 175. Precautionary nicely clear, out by 3 Captain Burglar. Off we go, down the outside is finishing full of running, but the post is looming. Precautionary's in front, and Precautionary has held on to win it. Precautionary a half.
Well, maiden win's probably a little bit harsh there because Precautionary broke her maiden, if you will, in a 3-year-old handicap on a Saturday at 1400 metres. Led all the way to beat Off We Go, who was gunning for a winning hat-trick at that stage. Then went to another 1400 metre race, but a graduation, a 60 plus, that's also produced a subsequent winner called Point Taken, and then went to last start into the the Burgess Queen Stakes, should I say, on Melbourne Cup Day. So comes from a listed 3-year-old fillies race, back into a Class 1, back to 1200, and gets in with no weight after Beau Edwards' 3 kilo claim. It's astute placement and should prove very hard to run down. Is drawn gate 1, so if Beau doesn't want to lead, she can box seat with the cutaway. Ticks a lot of boxes, this Precautionary, goes on top in race number 4. Number 10, and that's ODYSSEY, coming out of a good last start effort and should be able to hold a position from the good gate. Number 6, ELLIENPINK, who's kept fresh and was a very good return at 1000 metres when chasing hard. Number 7, next best, the last start maiden winner, goes 2 walks. My numbers in race number 4, 8, 10, 6 and 7. Race number 5 at Ascot, Tab Touch Better Your Bet handicap, 1000 metres. We're going to watch the last to first win on Melbourne Cup Day, right down the outside of He's Almighty.
The field mind tricks, and He's Almighty into the home straight. They turned at the 250. Congreve Rockets a length and a half in front. Beau Zoom now letting loose. He draws the shillelagh. Beau Zoom comes at Congreve Rocket, gets on equal terms down the outside. He's Almighty could deliver the knockout blow. He's finishing brilliantly. He dived and got there. He's Almighty on the...
It's very rare that we show a replay there and then don't tip them in the selections, but that is going to be the case here with He's Almighty. I am a query on that form because Beau Zoom failed pretty badly on the weekend. I'm also just thinking that he might have been right place, right time, because all the winners that day were coming home right down the middle of the course. Back to 1000 metres here, I thought he might be a touch vulnerable, so while he was a good impressive replay winner, I'm going to tip around him here to an extent. I'm going to go with COCKYJOY, Jimmy Greaves' yard. Doesn't have a lot of horses, Jimmy, and most of them are from this exact same family that he knows oh so well. But I think here that COCKYJOY is a pretty nice mare. She resumed first up no trial, ran second to Express Time, who's made that form look good on the weekend in a 66 plus. I think here she can sit in the box seat from the draw and prove pretty hard to hold out late. And the thing with Jimmy Greaves runners is we always get each way. So at 7 for me, COCKYJOY. From 3, Due West. Talk about good efforts first up no trial. This was a ripper in a much tougher race than what she sees here. Mitchell Pateman riding for his uncle Jason. I think that's probably the testing material. Number 8, Nobelium, who's knocking on the door, going really well at the minute. And then number 1, Shackleton. Would love to see his horse break back through. I think he is well placed in this Class 3 type of company. My numbers in race 5, 7, 3, 8 and 1. Race number 6 at Ascot is the Gordon Stemp Memorial Handicap. It's over a mile, and we're going back 2 starts ago to watch PASARAN run second.
Vein. Here comes Hip Wiggle down the outside, starting to set after these leaders. Reverse it, hit the front from Flaming Famous. It'll be gobbled up though by Hip Wiggle. At the 150, Hip Wiggle surges to the lead. Here comes PASARAN down the outside, finishing full of running. It's Hip Wiggle in front from PASARAN, and it'll be too good, Hip Wiggle. Hip Wiggle won from PASARAN.
Well, that was PASARAN running second to Hip Wiggle. I think that they can go one better here. I think this is a really nice assignment for him. 1800 metres, back to a mile, looks to be a tick. Blinkers on, definite tick. Mitchell Pateman, not many bigger ticks. And now we get here too. I think the soft 7 was a little stretched too far. A soft 6 verging on a soft 5 in drying conditions. I'm hoping here for PASARAN that he can get the job done because I do think he has some level of ability. Number 2 for me, PASARAN on top. From 1, Lord Lonsdale, the blinkers go on, but I think more importantly, it's a wonderful use of the 3 kilo claim for Christy Bennett. Straight to the front, not a lot of weight in this type of grade, and a progressive front runner. Number 6, Next Best, safe to make up. Third start for Justin Warwick, should be about ready. Number 7, Dynamic Force, backing up off 7 days and has the use of the cutaway. My numbers in race number 6, 2, 1, 6 and 7. Race number 7 at Ascot is the Heineken 3 handicap, and what we're going to witness is a Jason Brown clinic aboard Secret Pearl on Melbourne Cup Day down at Bunbury.
And trying to come through is Secret Pearl as well. Jean Bao and Secret Pearl have come together, but Secret Pearl has raced up, hit the front. Lexington Gambler fights on today. And then back on the inside, Jean Bao, but Secret Pearl really opening up. Secret Pearl 5 in front of Lexington Gambler and Jean Bao, and Secret Pearl has walked in from Lexington.
Absolute 10 out of 10. Probably a 12 out of 10 if you want to be a little bit more generous there. Jason Brown simply outrode them. There's no doubt Ricky Moss has this mare in form. There's no doubt this is a tougher race, but she's versatile, she's consistent and she's honest. I think she has to be in the 4 in some level here, but I do think we're going to get each way the field. So I'm going to go a little bit wider, hopefully at least in the marketplace. And that's with Peter Hall jumping aboard this mare of Chris Willis's. And her name is Aragain. I think she's got a lot of staying future here. Every time he steps her out to a trip, she runs really well. I have no idea how she ended up so far back last start, but I thought she ran really well to finish off as strongly as she did. Peter Hall, a noted staying rider, jumps aboard, and I think he could be the difference here in what is a wide open staying event. I'm going with her on top, number 7 in Aragain. Number 6, Heaven's Gift, who was placed in both the Belmont Classic and the Belmont Oaks as a 3-year-old filly. That has to be good form for a midweek staying event. Number 9, Next Best, Secret Pearl, if she can get a similar run to what Jason Brown gave her at Bunbury. And number 3, BEAUCOUNT. Well, you know what you get with BEAUCOUNT. He'll be in front for a fair way, you'd think. My numbers in race number 7, 7, 6, 9 and 3. Race number 8 at Ascot is the Kieran Magumi handicap at 1200 metres. We're going to go back to the end of winter at Belmont and watch the last start replay of Aberdeen Queen.
Kicks again, however, down the outside, Position of Power, Put a Spell on You, about to get into the open, and down the outside, Bobcat Johnny and his Aberdeen Queen as well, running on at the 200, wide out Aberdeen Queen, Put a Spell on You, closer towards the inside, going with Position of Power. It's Put a Spell on You though, getting about a neck in front, close to home, and Put a Spell on You wins it. Put a Spell on You, got the money from...
Well, Aberdeen Queen might have only run 3rd there, but it was a very good run against the pattern, and it came to the end of what was a very, very fruitful campaign. She started off in 3-year-old grade, taking on the likes of Levitate and Annihilator. She then went up, took on the older horses, gave them a beating in a Class 3, was beaten a nose in a 60 plus, and then was really good in that last run that we watched. That was a mile, this is 1200, but she's first up, no trial. Lindsay Smith starting to fire on all cylinders. I think it's a really good opportunity for new coming apprentice here in Carleen Heffel. First time we've seen her ride in the West. She takes off 3 kilos, and for that reason I think that Aberdeen Queen is one of the better bets because she gets in with only 56.5 in probably what is the weakest race she's seen in her last 5 or 6. So it's one on top for me in the last Aberdeen Queen. From 8, Bolshoi Gal, she's ultra consistent, always a winning chance in this grade. Number 4, Wild Front. Watch this horse's first up run last campaign. And you see the likes of Celebrity Queen in there when running 3rd. Number 3, Next Best, Prevailing Wins. Gear change, riding change, Brad Parnham in white hot form. Maybe, just maybe, he can be the difference for this horse. But my numbers in the last, pretty keen. 1, Aberdeen Queen from 8, 4 and 3. Rolling straight into best bets for Ascot on the 18th of November on the Wednesday program. Race 3, number 4, Angelic Miss. Race 8, number 1, Aberdeen Queen. Railway Stakes on Saturday. Tickets, perthracing.com.au.